You know, changing careers after you hit 30 can feel, well, pretty overwhelming. But here's the thing. It can also be one of the most empowering decisions you ever make. If you're looking for stability, a real sense of purpose, and a practical way into the healthcare field, becoming a pharmacy technician might just be the path that finally fits your life, instead of the other way around. So let's dive in and see why this could be a really smart move.
So many of us get to our 30s or 40s and just hit a wall, right? After a decade, maybe more, in one field, you might be feeling burnt out, or maybe the industry feels unstable. You just have this nagging feeling that something's missing. You start asking yourself, is this really it for me? But that feeling, that's not a dead end. It's a crossroads, and it's a huge opportunity.
And that is the key. You've got to shift your perspective here. A career change isn't a failure or a step back. It's actually you taking control of your life. It's about choosing a path that actually works for who you are today, not the person you were 10 years ago. Okay, so a lot of people at this crossroads, they look over at healthcare. I mean, it's got purpose, it's got stability, but then reality hits. The thought of going back to school for 4, 5, 6 years, taking on all that debt, it just feels impossible. But what if there was a way to get into that meaningful field without all those giant hurdles? And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got that traditional path. We're talking years of school, a mountain of student debt, and a long, long way before you're even in the workforce. But then look at this other path. It's direct, it's focused. We're talking about training that takes a few months, not years, and a certification that's actually affordable. This gets you working and earning fast. It's the kind of practical plan that makes a career change feel real. So, what exactly is a pharmacy technician? Let me be clear, they are absolutely vital. This isn't just about counting pills. A pharmacy tech is a critical link in the chain of patient safety. They work right alongside pharmacists, making sure medications are prepared correctly, managing all the inventory, and they're often the face of the pharmacy for patients. It's a role with real weight and responsibility. Okay, so here's maybe the biggest mental roadblock people have. That feeling of starting over from scratch one. But I'm telling you, for this role, you are absolutely not starting from scratch. In fact, all those skills you've spent years building, they're the exact skills employers are desperately looking for.
Just think about it for a second. If you've ever worked in retail or hospitality, you are a master of customer service and thinking on your feet. If you've been in an office or admin role, your attention to detail is probably off the charts. These aren't just fluffy words for a resume. They're the core of what makes a great pharmacy tech. You've basically been training for this for years without even knowing it.
And this is exactly why your age and your experience are a huge advantage. Healthcare employers love maturity. They need people who are reliable, who can show empathy, who are professional. And these are all qualities you gain from, well, living life and working. You bring a kind of calm and perspective that someone right out of college just can't offer.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? What does this career actually look like when it comes to the salary and where you'll be working? It's so important to have a realistic, grounded idea of what you can expect. So according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median annual wage is sitting right around $43,000. Now just let that sink in for a minute. For a career you can train for in under a year, that is a really solid financial foundation. And remember, median just means that half of all pharmacy techs earn more than this. That's a strong place to start from, for sure. Of course, where you live definitely plays a role. In states like Washington or California, you could be earning quite a bit more, often pushing past that $50,000 mark. But even in states where the cost of living is lower, the salary still provides a really stable income, which is pretty incredible when you think about how quickly you can get into the field. And beyond your location, where you actually work makes a big difference. Yeah, retail is the most common starting point. But moving into a hospital or a government pharmacy, that almost always comes with a bump in pay and way more structured opportunities for growth. So right away you have clear options to increase your income. And that leads us to probably the most important question for anyone thinking about changing careers. Where can this actually go? I mean, nobody wants to trade one dead-end job for another. Well, the great news is that pharmacy technician isn't the finish line. For a lot of people, it's just the starting block for a real long-term career.
See, this isn't just a job, it's a ladder. It all starts with getting that certification. From there, you can specialize in really high-demand areas like oncology or sterile compounding. You get some experience, and soon you're moving into lead technician or manager roles. And for some, this is the perfect stepping stone. They use tuition reimbursement programs to go to nursing school or even become a pharmacist.
The potential for growth is real, and it's right there. Plus, the job itself is growing and changing. Pharmacy techs are taking on more advanced duties, helping with things like immunizations and telepharmacy. So this is not a job that's going away because of automation. It's actually becoming more skilled, more important, and more respected in the healthcare world. That means really strong job security for the long haul.
So, if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Don't look at your past work experience as something you're leaving behind. See it as the solid foundation you're now building on. Your maturity, your communication skills, your reliability, that isn't your baggage, that's your superpower.
So if you're standing at that career crossroads, maybe this is your sign. It is not too late to start something new, and the pharmacy field genuinely welcomes your experience, your maturity, and your drive. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe for more guides designed to support you on your journey into pharmacy and beyond.